Hello there, my girly pops. It is officially the fall season. Let's get into it. Hey there, Cozy Babe, and welcome back to the Cozy Babes Club. I'm your host, Chloe Taylor, and it is officially a Meg Ryan fall, a 2009 girl fall. Allow me to explain a little bit to you, and then we're going to get into everything, okay? What we're doing, what we're drinking, what we're wearing. This is like if you have been wanting some fall inspo, this is your pumpkin spice and everything nice, okay? Yes, of course, I cannot eye roll hard enough. I understand that it is not fall everywhere. Fall literally does not start for most people that watch me, not everyone. Most people that watch me, it does not start until September 21st, 22nd, 23rd, somewhere in there. It doesn't start until we hit officially our Libra season. But if you know anything about me, if you have followed me for a long time, you know that I am somebody that starts celebrating fall in July. I don't really fucks with summer whatsoever, okay? I get excited for summer for like 2 weeks and then I'm done. And I think I just need to accept that our podcast break season happens in the summer because where I live, until I have central AC, I cannot deal when I am like sweating, okay? We have had a beautiful, let me set the scene for you, okay? It is the middle of August and we got a beautiful rainstorm in the Pacific Northwest. It downpoured yesterday. I put my cozy new fall PJs on, okay, wore them all day. I had my little pumpkin spice in my coffee. I made pumpkin bread. I watched the Wednesday show on Netflix. That was the vibe. I also went and got my nails done. They look so cute. I'll insert a photo so you can see them. I went and got my nails done in like a fall little set. And to me, when the weather starts to cool down, that is like peak fall to me. I celebrate, like I said, fall in July. So I've already been on this vibe, but now I'm officially ready to like redecorate my whole house. I'm ready to get all the fall stuff out. The fall wreath is going up on the door. I am ready to let other people know that it's not just my office that looks fall. I am ready to get into all of it. All the activities. I'm bringing my cozy clothes back out. The sweaters are on. The pumpkin spice is available. And we are living our best lives if you are a fall girly. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Like I said, this is your pumpkin spice and everything nice. This is your fall starter pack. Put this on when you are decorating your space for fall, when you are wanting to get your fall vision board together. Put this on if you just need some good ideas and just want to be in the mood with me. Now, in true fashion for me, this is going to be a 3-part series. Today, we're just getting into all of our like vibes for fall. We're later going to talk about some mental health resets for fall and then something else after that. So just know that this is a 3-part series. I will be delivering every Sunday for the next 3 weeks. But today, like I said, we're just getting into the mood. So first and foremost, what are the fall must-haves this year? I have decided, and this is just me, you can decide if you're on my wavelength or not. I'm going to be in my own lane. You can join me if you want. You can go get in your own lane. I have decided that it is a 2009 girl fall. Why do I say this? I say this because in 2009, I graduated high school. Okay, I'm a 34-year-old woman, and I graduated high school in the middle of a recession. Jobs were not easily attainable. And even when I got my first job, I was making next to nothing. I was getting paid minimum wage to do fucking the goddess's work, doing customer support, getting screamed at every day. I could barely afford my rent, let alone afford anything that I actually wanted to have in my life. So we're doing a 2009 girl fall in the sense that we are bringing back some trends. So the Ugg boots, we're not doing the micros anymore. We're bringing them back up the calf. Okay. That's what we were wearing in 2009. We are bringing back long tops. We're not doing the crop tops anymore. And listen, I love a flare or a bootcut jean. I'm not saying get rid of those. I really feel like I just want to wear some black skinny jeans. Stretchy. Gonna get them in the stretch, jeggings if you can. Also bringing back the just leggings as pants. If those have ever left you, like, let's bring them back out, please. We're also bringing back highlighting the inner corner. You know how everybody was obsessed with that in 2009? It was like when you put eyeshadow on, you had the best eyeshadow, in my opinion, was MAC Cosmetics Floof. It was like everybody had it. We were highlighting the brow bone and the inner corner. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't purchased that yet, but I will be purchasing that for fall, as well as some really good like cranberry shades for my eyes. So you will see that in upcoming videos. But we're doing that. The tops are getting longer. Actually, I recently saw that, I think it was Hollister. Shout out to Ashley for pointing this out to me, that they came out with a 2000s, a Y2K collection. And it was like all of the clothes that I would have been wearing in high school if I had money and my parents let me shop at those stores. So this is another reason that I'm like, no, we're doing 2009 over. We're doing 2009 over. We're bringing back all the things that we didn't have, couldn't have, all of the girly pop things that all the cool girls had that we didn't have. Okay. I was not a bona fide cool girl. I barely knew how to do any sort of makeup. I feel like the cool girl was in there, but like I didn't have it back then. And I've learned so much more about myself. I know myself now at 34, and I just want to relive that. Don't get it confused. I don't want to relive high school. I don't want to I am not here for all that, but I want to relive being able to give myself the things that I desired at that time. So that's what I mean when I say that. So we're doing 2009, and I'm sure I'll talk more about it as this episode goes on, but the main point is that's why I'm talking about it. Okay. That's why we're doing 2009. I would say any of the years kind of fall into that. Anything from 2007, 8, 9, maybe even 2010 or 11. If you fall into that criteria, bring it back with me. We're bringing it back. Okay. Fireball. But let us talk about the fall must-haves. First and foremost, I know everybody's mad about the ad. I feel like I don't really have opinions either way. I understand the complaints, but I also feel like I don't know if that was necessarily the intent behind it. And I feel like the internet really came for that girl, and I don't know. I'm not about it. But to me, the biggest fall must-have is, and I'm sorry that I'm telling you this right now because I guarantee you they're gonna sell out. And I'm not affiliated. I do not have an affiliate code for this. I wish I did, because I feel like it is the pajama set of the season. It is going to be these teddy bear pajamas from American Eagle. I love these pajamas so much. I have washed them twice since getting them. Literally worn them for 2 days, washed them again, put them on, wore them for 2 days, washed them again, put them on, wore them again for 2 days. These pajamas have not come off my body. They are so soft, and they are way better. And y'all know in the past, I have been a big Target person for pajamas, but I'm just not really vibing with Target right now. And on top of that, a lot of their pajamas, I feel like have just gone down in quality. They also don't put pockets in any of their pajamas. So I was like, you know what? No thanks, Target. So no, it's going to be American Eagle for me. So these ones in particular, I also bought, but I have not received them yet. These cute little cat pajamas from them too. They have a Snoopy set as well, but I'm not big on Snoopy's Great Pumpkin. I think it's the bears with the pumpkins though, that those are going to be the ones that are going to sell out. They are a crop top, but the pants you can wear high-waisted, which is the only way you're getting me into a crop top. And the other thing I want to say about these is that if you're a big busty girl, okay, I'm a big busty girl. When people tell me they got big boobies and they're like, oh, I'm a double D, I want to laugh in your mouth, because so close to your face that my laughter goes into your mouth, because I'm over here with a G, or I don't even know what my actual size is. I need to go and be reassessed. But the last time I checked, I was spilling out of, I want to say it was a G or an H. So please do not talk to me about having large breasts until you are in that category. I feel like I can talk about this because I have breasts that enter the room before I do. And that being said, you know how when you go to sleep and you wear a tank top and you wake up and your breast has tried to escape the tank top? These don't do that. the tank top is made in such a way that like they're staying in there. I don't know the magic. I don't know why it works. I don't know how it works. I just know that it works. So they're the softest thing you will ever put on. They're so cute. They're so comfortable. I honestly want to buy a backup set. I'm not, like I said, this is not sponsored. I wish it was because I would love to make money from this, but they are the set of the season. I promise you, they're going to sell out. Okay, I already talked to you a little bit about the Hollister collection that came out. I feel like if you can get your hands on that Y2K collection, please, for the love. I am currently not in a position where I'm going to be purchasing all of it, but like maybe if it goes on sale, I might take a peek. But all I know is it's the lace under camis that came back that are long, like really long for layering. And then all of those like old school Hollister sweaters came back out from the like 2010s-ish era, 2009, 2008, 2010. This to me is like a hot trend, and I feel like we should be embracing it for fall this year. I'm into it. I love that Y2K has made a comeback. I'm not fighting it. For candles this fall, to me, I have been to Bath & Body Works. We are currently burning a candle. The fall scent, to me, the ultimate fall scent is pumpkin clove. You cannot convince me otherwise. Pumpkin clove is the best scent. I think it is the most fall-esque. I think it is the scent of the season. My other honorable mention would be leaves, but I pick leaves every single year. Y'all already know that that is like my bona fide fall scent. I always have one. Maybe two sometimes, but to me, those are the scents of the season. I'm currently burning sweater weather, but I feel like sweater weather is a good like transition. It's like it could go into the holiday season. So this one to me is not a necessity for fall, but it do be smelling really nice. Obviously, what we're drinking is pumpkin spice, okay? If you're not into coffee though, and you're not into the pumpkin stuff, which I fully respect, I am going to tell you what I tell you every single year, and it's go to Trader Joe's. Go to Trader Joe's if you have one. Get yourself some of their autumn tea. It's herbal, so you're not getting a bunch of caffeine if you don't want that. This stuff is fall in a mug. It's like appley and spicy, but really packs a punch and doesn't create that spike in adrenaline from caffeine, so you can have it at any time in the day. If you're wanting caffeine, obviously, I'm going to tell you to go to Starbucks and get a PSL. I'm sorry. I am the way that I am. I will be wearing my Ugg boots. I will be having pumpkin spice lattes. That is just the way that it is. I will not apologize for it either. I feel like there's something to be said about like, I read this thing once and it was so good and I wish I had saved it because I've like definitely wanted to reference it, but it was talking about how people that are like anti pumpkin spice or anti, like it basically is like the pipeline to being anti-feminist basically, where when we like shame other women for liking things, it's just women shaming other women, basically. And it was actually a derogatory created by the patriarchy and created by men to pit women against each other. And there's like data and evidence to support this. So let the girlies be basic. If the girlies said it was good, trust the girlies. And like I said, I will not be apologizing for it. I am absolutely marching into Starbucks on August, I think it's 26th this year. I am marching in there with my tall Ugg boots on and my fall sweater. And I am going to say, ma'am, please give me a tall pumpkin spice latte. Yes, please. Like that's, and maybe a slice of the pumpkin loaf because treat yourself. You know what I'm saying? But also if you want to bring that into your life, I think there's an honorable mention for just getting some pumpkin spice creamer. They make it for everyone. Like you can get it in soy. You can get it in an almond milk form. You can get it in oat milk form. You can get it in regular cow milk form. However you want to get it, just get the pumpkin spice into your veins. Okay. That's what we're drinking. So that to me is like the fall must have starter pack. You've got your cozy jammies. You've got your scents. You've got your drinks. That is the bar where we're setting it. We're aiming high this autumn, okay? Because the economy is causing us all to crash out. So we are aiming the bar high for cozy and taking care of ourselves and getting ourselves a little treat, okay? We're just going to do the treatler things and we're not going to be ashamed. Perhaps my favorite part of fall and thinking about it and getting the vibes right is thinking about all of the activities that I will be participating in, okay? So first and foremost, we are going going to the Haunted Farmers Market. This is definitely something that is only in my area. Maybe you have something local to you, definitely look for it. But if you are a Washington native or you live here, I would say in like the Seattle, Tacoma area, they put on in Tacoma a haunted farmers market. And it's not like scary, like people don't come out and like jump scare you. We're not doing Not Scary Farm or anything, but it's just like a bunch of vendors that are into like Halloween creepy stuff, Apple products, not Apple like the phones, but like Apple, like cinnamon apple spice cider, things like that, or people that make wines and ciders. It's just like a bunch of local community that comes out and they bring out all the spooky stuff for people that like spooky stuff. Next week, actually, I'm going to be wearing a sweater that I bought at the end of the season last year that I haven't even worn yet because I got it at the Haunted Farmers Market, but it was so late in the season. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to get this on clearance, put it away in my fall decor bucket, and I'll bring it out next year. And I am stoked to put the sweatshirt on for you next week. But they just have a bunch of cute stuff. And I went last year. I really enjoyed my time and I 10 out of 10 will be going again. And they do it for more than one weekend. So you can go at like different points. They've already done a few this year and there will be more throughout the autumn time. The second thing I'm going to be doing is working on getting my kitchen to feel like this. If you're watching the video, I'll have a visual for you, and my bedroom to look like this. I'm not focusing on my entire apartment this year because I just think that's asking too much. I moved here. It's literally my first year here without moving. So like this year I'm re-signing my contract where I live. I'm staying put and I'm slowly like decorating my space every year and picking a room every year. And this year, I feel like last year I bought like a little collection of everything. Like I bought some pillows and some throw blankets and some stuff. This thing actually in my background, if you're watching the video, this is a piece of my decor from this year, which it's got Jack and Sally in it from The Nightmare Before Christmas. I hate to break it to you, you actually cannot buy it because it was something that came out last year and I didn't buy it and I walked away. And when I went back to purchase it, it was gone. And I actually had to buy this one from a reseller on eBay this year. So unfortunately, I mean, good luck finding it. It's a Jack and Sally like battery powered glitter globe thing. It also plays This Is Halloween if you turn that function on. It's so cute. But I added like a bunch of pieces to my apartment last year. But this year I want to go full steam into individual rooms. So I want to do my kitchen. I want to put lighting up on the cabinets. And then I also want to get one of those like projector lights that normally you aim them at your front door, which obviously I'm in an apartment, so that's not going to work. You aim them at your front door or garage usually. But I'm going to put mine in my kitchen and just aim it at the ceiling and make it to where like the ceiling has like projected ghosts or witches or something. And it's going to be like orange, green, purple vibes. And I'm just so excited for the cozy aesthetic. So the kitchen is one area I will be working on this year. I've already bought some dish towels. My husband and I actually painted some artwork that we put up already in the kitchen that's got like ghosts on it. So we've already kind of been setting a vibe, but I need to actually like purchase some lights and put things up. If you want to see the evolution of decorating my space, make sure you're a part of my Patreon because that's where I put all of my vlogs up. I actually recently just put a vlog up showing you my apartment again since I've been here for a year. And it was a really fun time. So if you want to see that or be a part of it, check out my Patreon, link down below. But also, just because I'm talking about it, the Patreon supports the full making of this podcast. I do not really make any money on this podcast, not yet. And it is Patreon that keeps this project afloat. So if you would like to continue to see it done, please consider supporting me over on Patreon. It's patreon.com/Chloe Taylor. Anyways, decorating my space. So doing the kitchen, and then I also want to focus on doing the bedroom. I don't know if I'm going to get to do everything I want to do in the bedroom this year because last episode I let y'all know that I think it was Patreon that heard it in a vlog. My husband and I actually broke our bed frame and we're currently looking for a new one. So Like that obviously would be a huge purchase because we would like to get something wood and really nice. So I don't know that I'm going to get to do everything I want to do in the bedroom, but my goal is to, at the very least, I want to get some like special Halloween sheets for the bed that preferably are nice. Like I want something high quality that I can bring out every year around Halloween. And I want it to like, I want to do it with Christmas too. I think that's just like such a cute thing. If you're somebody that really loves to like set a vibe in your home, I'm definitely that person. And I think just like changing things out like that seasonally is just so cute. So yeah, I'm looking for some like cute king sized Halloween sheets that are high quality though, that I can keep for years to come and just bring them out during that season. And I want to definitely put some lights up in my bedroom for the season and just like set a tone, set a vibe. I actually just got this really cute pillow that is like a cat skeleton for my bedroom that is definitely like pulling together a look, if you know what I mean. So really cute. Those are the two rooms I'm going to be focusing on. In the future, maybe I'll get to do the bathroom. As you can see, my office is definitely already ready for the season. The next thing I'm going to encourage you to do if you want to get into the fall mood is make pumpkin bread, okay? I use the recipe that is just like, I searched Libby's pumpkin bread, which is Libby's is like a well-known canned pumpkin that you can get at the store. I just looked up their pumpkin bread recipe and made it this week. 10 out of 10. I used a little less sugar in it because I felt like a cup and a third was way too much for one loaf. I think I used like half a cup of sugar for the whole thing. And chef's kiss, no notes, just make it. Just make it. You will not regret it. It's such a fall activity and it makes the house smell really good too. Another thing I want to do this year is host a Maybon. So if any of my friends in the area are watching, I will be talking to you about this. I want to host Maybon at my house this year. Maybon to me is like the holiday I always forget about, which is sad because I do celebrate the Wheel of the Year. And like, if you don't know what Maybon is, it's considered part of like the witch's Wheel of the Year. It's the celebration of the fall equinox. It's the celebration of the, sorry, I just started coughing a bunch, so my eyes are a little watery. I'm fine. It's the celebration of the fall equinox. And I feel like I often celebrate like the witch's Thanksgiving on Samhain. I make like a big Samhain feast on Halloween. But this year, I really want to concentrate that effort on Maybon. So I need to actually like hit up my local friends and be like, hey, if y'all don't got plans, I really want to throw a dinner. So that's my plan. Like, you know, obviously I got to like find out about everybody's dietary needs. I am the hostess with the mostest though. Like I am that person that will spend $200 on a dinner for 6 people. Like no problem. That's like, I would rather do that than spend my money on little treats for a couple of months. Like that would make me happier to like make a huge meal for everyone and have them come over to my house and like just vibe in my space. That is like peak Cancer Venus energy for me personally. Maybe that's also a Taurus thing too. I don't know. But I really want to actually host one this year. I haven't in a really long time. And I feel like I actually have some connections in the area and I've made some friends. And so I'm really hoping I'm going to get to host this year. So we'll see what happens. The next thing, oh my gosh, I did this last year and I actually lived where I had apple trees. So it was even better. If you can get local apple trees, make a day of it, go to the orchard, pick some apples, and then you're going to make crock pot apple cider. If you're somebody that doesn't really like super, super sweet things, you will like my apple cider. Let me tell you how it goes. Literally, it's like 4 to 6 apples in the crock pot, cover it with water, and you're going to throw in some cinnamon sticks, maybe a little bit of cinnamon spice. I like the cinnamon sticks more personally because I think that they don't make the apple cider like gross. You know how cinnamon kind of like just floats. It doesn't really blend. So I'm going to recommend doing cinnamon sticks, but 3 to 4 cinnamon sticks. You can cut up an orange if you have one as well and put it in there, rind and all, super yummy. If you don't have an orange, no big deal. Just apples are fine. And then I like about a half a cup of sugar. And I've even done just coconut sugar before as well, because I feel like, you know, I'm a little crunchy. We talk about this. I am not in the pipeline to white supremacy crunchy. I'm just a little crunchy. And we've talked about this. I'm al dente. Okay. I'm not like super crazy crunchy. I'm al dente because I do really like health and wellness. And so I do try to cut back on sugar where I can. And this is what I think sets my apple cider apart from others is I purposefully make it less sweet. So I'll do about a half a cup of sugar or coconut sugar. You could do honey. You could do agave nectar, maple syrup, however you want to sweeten it. And then I might do like a little bit of ginger as well, preferably again, fresh and not ground, just because the grounds are just going to end up in the final product and you eventually want to strain this stuff out. So all of that into a crock pot, lid low, give it like 8 to 10 hours. Strain off all of the stuff that you put in there. You can have it hot or cold. This stuff is delicious. You can drink it for, I would say like 3, maybe 5 days max before you need to toss it because it has like no shelf stability. Basically, you keep it in the fridge. You can heat it up. You can have it cold. It is so good. I did this last year and the year before because like I said, I lived where I had apple trees in my yard before. So this was a really accessible thing for me and it was so good. But it's just fun to like do it with friends, do it with you and your partner, do it for yourself, do like just half the recipe that I just gave you. But yeah, make your own cider. And if you feel like it doesn't have enough sugar, you can always taste it at the end and then add more while it's still hot. And that will help you get it like sweeter. But I find that like that's tits. Drink that up. You will like it. It's a fun activity. And again, kind of like with the pumpkin bread, it makes your house smell really good. So also, oh my gosh, probably my favorite Halloween activity or close to Halloween as we get into it is pumpkin carving. I actually do this as a twofer, so I'm going to give you 2 ideas. You go to the pumpkin patch with your homies, okay, with your partner, by yourself, whatever. I usually like to go with my homies if I can. You go to the pumpkin patch, everybody picks out a pumpkin, you go home, you put everything out on the table, everybody scoops their pumpkin out, you save the seeds, you bake those. I like to separate the seeds into 3 groups and do garlic parmesan, cinnamon sugar, and then we'll usually do like a spiced one. So like Cajun seasoning or something like that. So we'll do a spicy, a sweet, and a savory. Bake those up, put those into bowls for everybody to snack on. Then, oh, I forgot to mention, before you leave for the pumpkin patch, you're going to put chili in the crock pot. I have a recipe for this that I would love to share with you. I just haven't made the template yet. So I will share my coveted chili recipe with you eventually. Make sure you're on my email list from chloetaylor.com. We'll have the email list for you. I will send it out in an email if you want to get it. But I have a killer chili recipe. It does not fail. It has won chili competitions in my family and it's tits. And I think that everybody should make it. So you're going to put chili in the crock pot and then you're going to go to the pumpkin patch, carve pumpkins, do all the cute stuff, drink your little cider, make the pumpkin seeds as a snack. And then at dinner time, you're going to bowl up your chili. You're going to light your little pumpkins, put them out on the porch or leave them in the house for the evening, whatever you feel like doing. And then you are going to sit down and watch some kind of movie, whether it's Hocus Pocus, whether it's Chucky. I like watching the Chucky series because I used to be really scared of it when I was a kid, and now I think it's funny. So Chucky, my favorite of all time is Scream, the original Scream. That's my favorite horror movie because, again, it's just kind of like silly, and I feel like the ending is unexpected, and I appreciate that. It's very like camp as well. I'm here for it. But you're going to watch a spooky little movie. And like, that's what I like to do on Halloween. Like on Halloween, if I can go to a pumpkin patch, make chili, watch a scary movie, I have had the perfect day. So that's the vibe. Those are the bucket list items that I'm going to be hitting this year. But next up, I want to talk to you a little bit about the fall girl uniform, okay? What we're wearing, I know we've covered it a little bit already, but obviously we love our PJs. But as I've stated, I really feel like this year, and mark my words, okay? The shirts are going to get longer this year. And the reason I'm saying that is because we know that economically, in the 1920s, when we had the roaring 20s, skirts got shorter because It's known, and there's actually like research that has gone into this, okay? It is known that when the economy doesn't feel safe, when the outside world doesn't feel safe, everybody gets really conservative with their clothes. People don't show as much skin, their skirts get longer. And then when things feel good, everybody feels fancy, fun, and carefree. Skirts come up, crop tops go up, etc. I really feel like this fall, it's going to be about layering and length. You're going to see like hemlines come way down, and I'm not mad about it personally. Don't get me wrong, I love a crop top. I feel like for me though, I feel the most comfortable in long layers, especially when it's cooler outside. So I'm actually excited for this transition, not about the state of the economy, but I'm excited about layering coming back, long shirts coming back, long sweaters coming back, maybe even some sweater dresses and tights, long skirts, and like little witch heels with a sweater on top. Gag me in the best way. I'm gagged. I just feel like the fashion this year, we have so many choices. You're obviously going to buy the pajamas that I mentioned so we can twin. Please tag me in any posts that you put on Instagram and show them to me if you buy them. I love them so much. Like I said, I might try to snag a second set before they go because they're just so cute and so comfortable. Cannot stress enough the comfort. Also, I already let you know that the Uggs are coming up. We're not doing the micro Uggs anymore. We are bringing back the tall mid-calf to like high-rise Uggs. Doesn't have to be Ugg brand. You can go with whatever brand, but you know what I'm talking about. Those like fuzzy boots that they've got like the lining. It's like Sherpa lining or something. I have a pair that I have had for years. This is why I like Ugg, is because I feel like mine are like indestructible. I own 3 pairs of Uggs. I have the Tasmans. I do have a pair of the micro or the minis, and I have a pair that go like mid-calf. And I have had the pair that are mid-calf for I think about 5 years, and they still function like they are new. So those Uggs go hard. Like, I feel like they are worth the purchase personally. And we are also doing anything that gets you into that nostalgic mood. So obviously uniform is more clothing based, but I do want to offer a couple extra points in terms of makeup and hair. The trend for me this year is Clinique's Black Honey. Okay. I know that in 2009, we had a huge burst. Maybe it was more 2010. We had a huge burst of like the vampy lip where everybody was wearing like a deep, dark color on their lips. I was part of this trend. And that was the vibe. Everybody was making like a vampy, glamorous look. I actually think we're going softer this year. And Clinique's Black Honey, I'm actually not wearing it today, but I'll wear it next week for you so you can see it on me. It is like this really dark, it looks dark in the tube, but it applies like very natural. And the thing is behind it is that the genius behind it is that it is meant to work on all skin types. So no matter who you are or what you look like, it's supposed to look good on everybody. And I've seen it on social media tested across multiple skin tones, and I feel like it's true. I feel like it looks good on everyone. So definitely check it out. I think it is worth it. It is the lip. It's like they call it an unlipstick or something because it's not really that pigmented, but it is what Liv Tyler wore in Lord of the Rings. That's like why it's iconic. So I think it is the fall 2025 color for our lips. I think everybody should buy it and we should all wear it together. Then for the hair, we are bringing back the 29s, 2010s porn star curls. Okay. I know that that is probably a term you've never heard because my roommate, I think, made it up in college. And that's what she would call the curls that you would use your flat iron to do it. You know what I'm talking about? Every girly pop was teaching us that you would like flip the hair and then like drag it down and it would curl in this like perfect curl. And it would get the hair all the way to the end. These to me, it's giving porn star. It's giving porn star curls. The curls are like perfect and voluminous and beautiful. You can still use your Dyson, but I feel like it's the wrap curls for me. You know what I'm saying? So we're bringing porn star curls back. That's what we're doing. We're doing the flat iron curls. And we're wearing Clinique black honey, and we're buying cute cozy pajamas, and that's the uniform, period. Also, honorable mention for scents to wear as part of your uniform. There are 2 perfumes that I am always going to recommend. If you don't like smells like this, you are never going to like any smell that I recommend to you. So just know that, because these are so up my alley that like, if you get it, you get it. But my number 1 scent for fall is Replicas by the Fireside. You cannot convince me otherwise. You cannot bring me a different smell. It is the smell of fall. I don't care. There's an honorable mention though for Replica's Autumn Vibes. That one also smells really good. But by the Fireside, it reminds me a little bit of Bath and Body Works Marshmallow Fireside without the marshmallow. Like it smells like it's like vanilla and amber and like almost like a sandalwood. No, is it cedar? Cedar, maple smells. And then there's like this tinge of bonfire in there. And it is just like the best smell. I haven't purchased a bottle yet, but I will before fall like officially starts. And Autumn Vibes, which is what I'm currently wearing. Oh my Lanta. This smells like you're literally walking through maple woods. Like you are out with your lover hand in hand. You've got a picnic basket together and you are in the middle of maple trees. That is what this smells like. It's wonderful. The thing with Replica is that the perfumes and colognes, or I think they call it all perfume, but like a lot of the scents are unisex. Their whole mission is to make things smell like a vibe. So like they try to, like there's one called Sailing Days, and it's meant to be the smell of what it would be like to be out on a boat sailing in the summer. There's one that's called From Under the Lemon Tree. It's meant to encapsulate what you would smell if you were sitting under a lemon tree. Like that's the vibe. And I feel like By the Fireside really is giving By the Fireside. And Autumn Vibes really is giving autumn vibes. So these 2 scents I feel like are just a great addition. If you're looking for a new fall scent, go and smell them. I think Sephora carries them. You can also order them online, but Replica is the brand. Check them out. Okay, and the last thing I want to mention is things to watch or listen to. So would it be me if I didn't make you a playlist? I made you a 2009 Girl Fall playlist. The music on the playlist is on Spotify. It will be linked down below. The playlist itself is not fall themed. I would love to also make us a fall playlist. So if you follow me on Spotify, look out for that. But I made us a 2009 girl playlist because these are all songs that were either top charting in 2009, 10, or I got a few from 2008 because some of them carried over into 2009. But it is things like Boom Boom Pow, Poker Face, TikTok by Kesha. Like it is all of like the pop, and I would say there's like a little bit of other music mixed in. It's mostly pop though. It's mostly the pop genre because that's my favorite. Mostly all like bubblegum pop girly music from 2009. So check that out if you're looking for a vibe, if you need something fun to listen to while you're doing all your fall excursions. And as far as watching television or movies, I have so many recommendations for you. Number 1 is going to be Wednesday. I recently started actually watching this for the first time. It's on Netflix. I feel like this show is good for really anyone. I do feel like it can be a little bit graphic at times, not super gross, but maybe for like little kids, it might be too much. But I feel like for the most part, it would be a family friendly show. I really like it. It's quirky. It's cute. I really love the main lead who plays Wednesday. And I love that they brought Christina Ricci back, who plays Wednesday in the Addams Family movie. If y'all remember that, Christina Ricci is also in it as a teacher. And I'm only on like episode 4 or 5 of the first season, but the second season finishes airing, I think, early September. So if you start watching now, you can get into it and then finish off season 2 when it comes out, I think September 2nd. So that's really exciting. I know I mentioned this to you last year, but it's such a good one. I'm going to mention it again. Dexter. I'm not sure who has it. I want to say it's either like Paramount. You know how all these damn streaming services are. It might be HBO. I'm not 100% who has Dexter. but I'm always going to recommend Dexter, especially the first few seasons are some of the best. I would say like season 1 through 4 are really good. And then the show kind of gets off its rocker season 5 and forward, but at least the first 4 seasons are excellent. And it's scary. That's not a family friendly show. That show is scary. It's literally about like a serial killer, but like you kind of like him, kind of like in the show You on Netflix. If you've seen that, similar energy, but more graphic because I think the show was a Showtime show. So it's a lot more like graphic. It shows more stuff, but I really liked it. I'm still a fan to this day of Dexter. And I really want to watch some of the newer series that have come out that I haven't seen. Like there's Dexter New Blood. And I think they just launched another season of like another spinoff. So I really want to like finish the original and then get into some of the spinoffs and see if they're any good. Okay, this isn't really like a fall show, but it's high fantasy, which always gets me in the fall mood. I am going to mention The Witcher. Okay, The Witcher on Netflix. The first 3 seasons are available. The 4th season is coming. They replaced the main character, and I am sad about that for season 4 because y'all know that I am a bisexual woman. I love men and women, but Geralt of Rivia, the main lead in The Witcher, has replaced any man crush on my list. He is the hottest man I've ever seen. I'm not talking about Henry Cavill. I am talking about him as Geralt of Rivia. Oh my God. Hottest man I've ever seen. I love a silver fox. I always have. When I was a kid, one of my first crushes was Richard Gere. I've always been here for a silver fox daddy. And oh my God, I literally think he's the hottest man I've ever seen. Like, I think he is the hottest man I've ever seen. If you watch the show and you're not interested in high fantasy, watch it for Yennefer and Geralt alone. They are so fine. Like, just watching them on screen, oh my gosh, the entertainment, okay? They're beautiful people and they should be watched, okay? But I also really like the show. The show was also really good. I really love the content. I really love the direction they took it. I'm not somebody that has played every video game or read the books. So for me, the show is great. I feel like if you're somebody that really loves The Witcher, it might deviate from the stuff that you prefer. But as somebody that hasn't consumed all of that, I felt like the show was fantastic. And even though they replaced Henry Cavill for season 4, I'm probably still going to watch it because I really liked the storyline. I'm also going to recommend that you watch Interview with the Vampire, both the movie and the TV series. The movie, phenomenal, a classic. Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Antonio Banderas, Kristen Dunst, like, the cast list is immaculate. Okay. It's one of my favorite Halloween-ified movies, and it's just a classic. To me, it is a classic. It's such a good one. I recently watched Queen of the Damned, which is the sequel. Still a good movie, not even close to being what Interview with the Vampire is, but the sequel I felt like was still worth a moon. Okay. It was worth a watch. The show was also phenomenal. That is an AMC show. I think they might still be making it. I know that it got at least 2 seasons. I watched season 1 and I actually stopped watching in season 2 because they recast Claudia. And I felt like the original Claudia was so good that it just like didn't hit the same. And I was very disappointed. So I don't know how I feel about all of that, but the first season was amazing and I would watch it just for that. Of course, I'm going to tell you to watch the Twilight Saga. Would I be a millennial if I didn't tell you to watch that? Twilight to me is peak fall energy. It just is, okay? It's Pacific Northwest vibes. It's moody. It's vampires. Good fun. It's fun for the whole family. Like, just watch it. And then, of course, the true classics, Hocus Pocus, When Harry Met Sally, and You've Got Mail. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Meg Ryan. My go-to fall movie, I know that fall has officially truly hit when I watch When Harry Met Sally and You've Got Mail. That to me is like, some people it's Hocus Pocus or The Nightmare Before Christmas. To me, it is When Harry Met Sally. And then in succession, I will watch You've Got Mail after that. There's just something about those like fall-esque vibes in both of those movies. You just have to. You just kind of have to be there. You know, you got to try it out. You have to be there. And that's what I'm watching this fall and what I'm listening to this fall. And that, y'all, is your fall starter pack. If you just wanted to get into the mood, see what we were up to, what the girlies were thinking, what the girlies were doing, what the trends are, that's what we're doing, that's what we're feeling, and that's what the trends are. Y'all, it's been so long since I've podcasted. I don't even remember what we call this segment. Is this our like girly pop catch up? But I save these for the end of the episode because a lot of people, I feel like when you're making content, people, for like new people to find you, you can't just be like jumping in talking about your life. You have to save that until the end for the people that know you. So hi, welcome back. We went several episodes with no video content, and I also took a break. I was planning for this episode, so took a large break, took some time to like reformulate, rethink, replan. And I feel like so many things happened. Well, I broke my ankle a long time ago. Y'all knew about that. I broke my ankle like back in May, recovered from that. But then like, I feel like this last month, things just have not felt great. Like I have been really confused about my next move, about not like physical move, but like work related, career related move. The South Node is crossing my midheaven, so I feel like this makes sense. But I just have kind of taken a lot of time for myself. And this has been a continuous theme for the last few years. Whenever I'm feeling some type of way, I don't like forcing content out of myself anymore. I'm just not that person anymore. And I think it's actually better. Like it's good for my mental health to just kind of chill out and let myself experience some life and then come back to it when I feel better. So that's kind of been the vibe. Y'all know that my car was out for repo. I told you like a few episodes back, the car finally got picked up. That has been a whole other ballgame, y'all. Not having a car is a privilege that I have never lived without. And it's been a journey. Riding the bus around town is like serious. It's not fun. It's not fun, and I do not enjoy it. And it makes everything in my life harder. I also have to pay more for things to be delivered to my house instead of going and getting them. It's just not really been a fun time, but I feel like the beautiful part is that it has made me grateful for, and I'm just speaking about myself right now. I'm not telling anybody they should feel this way. I'm not trying to say that like, this is just me speaking about my own experience that I have lived through and how I have felt. But I do think it has made me more grateful in the sense that like, even just walking to and from the bus stop, you don't realize how amazing the shade of a tree can feel when you're hot. You might forget about those things. I'm not saying I have never enjoyed the shade of a tree in the last few years, but I feel like right now when it is like a necessity, I'm like, wow, thank you, tree. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you're here, because it's been a little hot in Washington as of late. We did get a rainstorm this week, which was really nice, but I feel like it's been a little bit warm. It's been a pretty mild summer though overall, which is good. But I'm somebody that has a really hard time regulating my body temperature. And so like any extreme is hard for me. And it's just when it's like anything outside of the realm of like 65 to 72 is too much for me. So I'm a little baby. And anyways, that's just been a whole journey of experiencing life without a vehicle is crazy. I'm so grateful that I live where I live. I'm so grateful that I am in a place that has a bus system and that I'm not living where I was living last year without a car. And I'm also really hopeful about the future of getting a car. Like, y'all, you know what they don't tell you when your car is out for repo and you're stressed about it? Because there really wasn't anything I could have done. Like, my husband and I are like barely making rent at this point. Like, and we've managed to like scrounge and save a small emergency fund for the first time in our adult lives. But like, this is the first time I've been able to do that. And I feel like there have been times in my life where obviously like I've had influx of money, where things have been working out better in my favor in that regard. But if you don't have the financial literacy already to back it up, like you're just going to spend it all. Anyways, I feel like I'm speaking in fucking riddles right now because I haven't explained what I'm talking about. But my point is that I didn't realize how much anxiety that car that I had was causing me. And I'm not going to come here from a place of shame and be ashamed that my car got repossessed. Like, frankly, at the time that I bought the car, I could easily afford those payments. And I didn't buy some extravagant machine. Like, my car was a used car. I did pay more for it than I think I should have, but the payments were astronomical and it's not right for anybody to pay that much. And like I said, my car wasn't like a sports car. It wasn't something that was so crazy. I felt like it was pretty economical and my payments were just outrageous. And you know, like I said, at the time that I bought it, I was making well enough money to keep it. And it just got to a place where that just wasn't the case anymore. And I knew like it was a miracle that my husband and I had this car as long as we did because it should have been picked up a really long time ago. And we knew it was coming. So like I knew that this would eventually happen, but the car finally did get picked up. And it's just kind of been a whirlwind of experiencing life in a different way. Like you don't have a car, but like you still have mental health problems and bills to pay. Your life just got a little bit more complicated. And it's like, you can either laugh about it or you can cry about it. I can internalize shame about it, or I can say, you know what? It fucking happened. How are we going to move through it? Like, I'm just, you know, and I feel like I am definitely in a weird place right now where I'm not willing to put my mental health at risk to turn my life around. Like, I definitely feel like I'm in a place where if I wanted to hustle and work really hard, I could be making more money right now, but I don't want to hustle and work really hard. I have done that for years and my mental health suffered because of it. And I don't want to say that I feel like I'm like a burnt out creative, but I kind of am. And I feel like I'm kind of in like remission right now. And that's what happens when you let yourself burn out, though, when you let yourself continually go against the things that you said you wouldn't do, or you continually make yourself perform, I say with big air quotes, when you don't really have the heart in it. It'll like rob you of so much until you become burnt out and you don't recover in a couple of weeks. It takes a couple of years now. And I feel like I would say that I'm kind of a burnt out creative at this point, but I think I also had to experience that to know what I will and won't tolerate. And I can sit here from the position that I'm in, knowing that, you know, I'm still struggling to make ends meet. I now also don't have a vehicle, but so many good things have happened in my life that I also can't sit here and say that my life is all terrible. And a previous version of me would have. I would have been so in the trenches about this. And I'm just like, no, like, I'm going to get myself into a better position. I'm going to find a car. It's going to be reliable. Is it going to be as nice as the one I had? Probably not, but that's okay. Like, it's okay. I don't need it to be that nice. I need it to get me from point A to, I think what I'm really trying to say is I feel like life over the last year has really humbled me. And I always say, like, especially for women, fuck humbling women ever. But I feel like life has really humbled me, and I'm not willing. To me, if it goes against my mental health or my stability, it's too expensive and now I no longer want it. I don't want to chase hustle culture. I don't want to do things that make me feel some type of way. I don't want to push myself until I can't go anymore. I don't want to do 75 hard. I don't want to oversell myself. I don't want to be something that I'm not. I don't want to, you know, like, yes, I still have dreams and goals and ambitions, and there are things that I want for my life. And those goals do seem really far away right now. But at the same time, my life just isn't terrible. I've actually made friends with people. I love my local community. My home is a safe sanctuary that I have gotten to build from the ground. Like, not build like physically the building, but like I feel like I'm getting to add like new things into my apartment that just really give it character and make me feel like it's mine. Like, it makes me think of that scene in Harry Potter where Ron walks into their house, the burrow, and he says, "It's not much, but it's home." Like, that's kind of how I feel about my apartment. It's not much, but it's home. Like, it feels like home now. for the first time since moving, and it like really feels like my place, and I'm happy to come back to it, which took a lot of time to settle into. And like, I'm in a really great place with my partner. I feel like even when it comes to family relationships, I'm not like, my nervous system isn't dysregulated all the time. I just kind of have boundaries. And if people don't like them, I just don't talk to them. And I'm not at war with myself in any capacity right now. And I think a previous version of me would have really like felt knocked over the head by this experience and been like, oh my God, the universe is breaking me down on purpose. What did I do wrong? And I'm just like, nah, sometimes shitty things happen so you can grow and learn. And now I get to have the privilege of getting my way to a car that makes sense for where I am in my life right now. I get to, and it really is, and I get to save up for that car, and I get to actually have something that I'm not stressed every month how I'm going to pay for it. You know, like I didn't realize how much that car was affecting my mental health until it was gone. And when they came and picked it up, I was nervous, but I was also relieved. And I was like, kind of wish they'd taken it a long time ago. I think it would have made things easier. And yeah, I still have to deal with the repercussions of that. Like, it's going to be on my credit report for the next 7 years, but it's not my first rodeo. Let me tell you, I went into medical debt in 2000. Gosh, I don't even know when that was. I was basically in debt right out of high school that I couldn't pay for. And I've dealt with credit issues before. This is nothing new. Like, this is nothing new to me. And I honestly feel like a lot of these systems are built and made just to keep people down. And I refuse to be that person. I refuse to, oh no, my credit's now messed up for the next 7 years and I'm not a worthy person. And I've just done bad things and made poor choices and I should think less of myself. Anybody who has played by the rules and their life looks different that wants to try to shame me, go ahead. I offer you a seat to try. Like, it would just bounce off me. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm just in a place where I'm not internalizing shame. I'm not internalizing any shame about the situation, and it is what it is. It just is what it is. And it does suck right now, but I'm so grateful for what I do have. I'm so grateful that I have made local friends that have helped me. I'm so grateful that I have local community in general. I'm so grateful, like I said, for the bus and transit systems that I have. I'm so grateful that my husband works somewhere that like is close to our apartment, so he's able to walk to and from work. I'm so grateful that I work from home and that we have things like grocery delivery, even if I have to pay extra for those services. Like, there are just so many things that I'm like, life is too fucking short to be this upset all the time and feeling this bad about yourself all the time. Like, what if we just didn't do that? And I also think a past version of me would have felt bad showing up and being like, Chloe, you're the queen of manifesting money, which like I am. Watch me turn the situation around. It will happen. I am the queen of manifesting. This doesn't change that. It just, sometimes things happen. Sometimes things happen and we don't always know why they happen until later. And I do feel like moving here, because y'all know you've been on the journey with me in terms of moving to Tacoma from where I lived before. I was heartbroken over that situation. And now I couldn't imagine not having a car and living where I lived before. It would have been an actual nightmare. That would have been a huge problem. So yeah, it just kind of is what it is right now. And I know that there is a future for me where I have more stability. I believe that. I think my husband and I are actually currently doing that work. I think that the work that people maybe do in their 20s, my husband and I didn't do. And now we're doing that in our 30s. And like, what is time? It's okay if we made financial errors. And anyways, all of this to say, I feel like I've had a really weird month or so. And I think life doesn't really get easier. You just learn how to carry it. And that's something that I've really been sitting with. Not that I think life has to be so hard all the time. Like, there are plenty of people in the world that their rent is handled and they have 2 cars and they still can afford all their hobbies and they're doing fine. They might not be multimillionaires making so much money, but like they're comfortable. And I believe that my husband and I will achieve that. We will get to have that eventually. And I don't know what that's going to look like for sure. All I can tell you is that I feel like I'm making really good moves to build that in my life right now, and I'm willing to play the long game. I'm willing to not cut corners. I'm willing to play the long game. I'm willing to do what it takes. I'm willing to check in with my nervous system and ask myself how things feel. I'm willing to have hard conversations. I'm willing, like, when I tell you I know myself and I'm not willing to sacrifice myself or my mental health, I mean it. And I'm standing 10 toes down on that. So if you ever see me out here not posting for a while, it's because I'm standing 10 toes down on myself. And like, I'm not like, if something robs me of my mental peace, I'm not doing it. And period. That's period. That is period. I also think there's something to be said about decentering your family's opinion of you. And I think that's something that I have really learned to do this year. Of like, when my car got repossessed, a past version of me would have tried to hide it. I would have tried to not talk about it. And I would have said nothing to no one. And because I refuse to internalize shame about it, because that's how shame is created, is when you hide things like that and you don't tell people in your life and you're not open to receiving support. That's how shame is created. The first thing I did was tell my dad, because I know that my dad is the loudest mouth in my family and everybody else will hear about it if he knows about it. And then like, that's just, I had nothing to hide. I think that's another thing is I really don't have anything to hide. Like, if people want to like talk about my past, I will sit down with you and talk about it. Like, I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of the person that I was when I made decisions out of fear. I'm not ashamed of where I've come from or the versions of myself that I've had to be to survive. And I just really feel like this era of my life, I really know who I am. I know who I am. I know myself and I trust myself. And that's something that even 4 years ago, I did not have. 2 years ago, I did not have. Maybe a little bit a year ago. I just like really trust myself. And I trust my decisions. I trust where I'm going, even if I can't see it fully, you know? Anyways, this has been like such a weird little ramble, but that is what's going on in my life right now. I'm having a lot of like personal epiphanies and just recognizing all of the goodness that I have in my life, even when hard things are happening, and just not letting like those things rile me up so hard that I'm anxious and spiraling all the time. My best friend said something so funny yesterday, and y'all should take it and run with it. She got it from someone else, but she was saying that like, she's not a ham. She's not going to spiral. So like, baby, you're not a ham. Stop spiraling. You don't need to spiral. You're not a ham. Like, we can choose a different thought process. We can choose to look at it a different way. We can choose to look at ourselves and situations from a new perspective. And we can choose, like, people that want you to feel shame fucking hate to see you coming when you refuse to do it. Like, I've had so many people when I've told them, not that I should be ashamed, but I've had so many people be like, how are you dealing with that? I would not be okay. And I'm just like, I cried for like 2 to 4 days, and now it just kind of is what it is. Like, the situation happened. Yes, it has made my life harder. Yes, it will not be this way forever. The situation will also change again. Like, I don't know. I'm just like really comfortable with life right now. I'm not, and you know what it is? Sorry, more rambling. You know what it is too? It's that like, I feel like because I know what it feels like to make decisions from fear, I'm just not willing. Like, I am such a worse version of myself when I'm afraid and making choices. I am the most capable and like best version of myself when I'm not scared and I'm not ashamed and I'm not fighting for survival. And I'm just like, you know what? I am just here. I am just here. Life is still lifing. The sun is still rising and setting. And like, what are the things that I do have that I could do right now, or that I can participate in, or that I can sit and think about? What's the best that could happen out of this situation instead of spiraling on what's the worst, you know? Like, I feel like I have had like a major internal upgrade over the last like month or two. Since I broke my ankle, something changed. And I'm just not as anxious as I used to be. I'm not saying I don't have moments. I am not saying that. I definitely have moments of high anxiety and little freakouts here and there, but like, I just feel like it's nothing like what it used to be. And I'm just, I know that good things still happen for me. I know that the best is still yet to come. I know that the better it gets, the better it gets. And I know that this too shall pass. Anyways, I feel like I'm just rambling, but that's what's going on in my life. That's the happening. My car got repossessed and I've just been doing a lot of stuff at home, or riding the bus places, or relying on people to give me a ride places when I can and when they are available, and just kind of doing my thing. Cooking my little fall meals, trying to be as cozy as possible. And you know what else I want to speak on? I think something that I could really like give to my mother. If I could honor my mother for a moment, cheers to her. We don't have the greatest relationship, but if I could say one nice thing, it's that, let me drink because it's rude not to. Cheers with our poppy. Cheers to my mother, in the sense that she is the person that taught me, you know how when things are like going terribly financially and people will just like close down everything and they're just like, don't spend a single cent, don't spend a single dime, save everything. Don't get me wrong. I think that's a beautiful practice. I think it's good, but you are never going to catch me saving every single dime and not treating myself at all. And I think it is such a weird phenomenon that when somebody is financially struggling, if they buy something nice for themselves, people judge them. I think that's weird because like, you don't know what people's financial situation is. You don't know. You're not in their bank account. You're not seeing their numbers. You don't know how much of their checks they allocated for savings. And if that one little treat does something so good for their mental health and they're able to continue doing what they're doing, they just saved themselves. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you're never going to catch me out here saving money for something important in my life and not treating myself at the same time. Like, it's just not going to happen. It's just, I don't have that in me. That, whatever that is, I don't got it. And I do think that that comes from mainly my mom, I think, is that person. Not that either of my parents, I think, are good with money, because I don't. But that is something that I definitely inherited from her that I think is a net positive. Like, just if you see somebody struggling, but they just bought themselves a new video game, like, that's the joy that's going to help them get through the hurdle. So stop judging. You have no idea. They could have spent that $80, $90 now, whatever it is in this economy, on that video game, but they could have allocated $300 towards their savings. Like, you literally have no idea. And if that's that one little joy that they're going to have to help them during a hard season, like, let people fucking have that, you know? Anyways, I feel like we're having like a financial crash out, but I'm actually really not. I'm not having a financial crash out. I don't know what it is, y'all. I think it sometimes comes down to intuition, that I do think I have a really strong sense of intuition. And when I know things are going to work out, I can just feel it. And I don't know how else to explain it. I know that things are going to work out with this situation. And I don't know how, and I don't know what it's going to take, and I don't know what it's going to look like. I just know that it is going to be okay. Like, I have such total and complete faith in that. And it doesn't mean that I'm not going to have to do some work. You know, I'm not saying that. It doesn't negate me from having to do things. But I just know that this situation is going to be fine. Like, this is something that, again, I know that me saying this, there are probably so many people that are like, I would be so stressed the fuck out. I'd be losing sleep over this shit. That is just not going to help you in the long run. Not sleeping is not going to lead to you performing better to get the money that you need for the situation. Like, being calm and collected and being in your energy and moving yourself forward at a pace that feels correctly, like in alignment, you are going to move so much more swift than you are if you're fucking scattered energy stressed out, you know? Anyways, that's what's going on in my life. I guess I just needed to put some words out there to it. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my poppy and get into all of the fall things. I actually don't know what I want to do. I know I have to edit this today, but oh my gosh, I didn't even talk to y'all about my bedtime routine and stuff. I had things that next week. We'll talk about it next week. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Back to past Chloe. So I will be the first person in line getting my pumpkin spice latte in a couple of weeks here. And I look forward to the future episodes that I know I'm going to be doing in the fall topic and, you know, the continuous fall content, because the fall is a vibe here on this channel and on this podcast. But thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this got you in the mood and got you excited for it. And please follow me everywhere. I have a tarot card reading channel on YouTube at Chloe Taylor. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Threads. I'm on Blue Sky. I have my Patreon and my website. Everything is linked down below for you. And I will talk to you all in the next episode.